A heroic act by local firefighters captured hearts in Katlehong. Firefighter Mxolisi Prince Masuku, a 32-year-old, was on his way home after a night shift on Sunday when he witnessed a car swerve, roll and plunge into a flooded area near Huntersfield Stadium. Now, without hesitation, Masugu jumped into action and rescued a family of 3 from the sinking vehicle. His bravery has not gone unnoticed. He's set to receive a bravery award in the coming weeks. He joins me live for more to tell us about his experience as well. Mr. Masugu, good to have you on the show this evening. Take us back to that moment near Huntersfield Stadium. What did you see and what made you so quick to react to the situation?
First of all, thank you, Tasha, for having me. My name is Mxolisi Masugu. I was born and bred in Katlehong. So that day, I was from night shift. And then it was raining. I think the previous 2 days it was raining hard. So the roads were flooded. There were, there's water everywhere. This lady was driving her daughter, the Chabalala family. She was driving her daughter to a Sunday school. So she was doing metric. So she was doing Sunday classes. So as I approach, I see her car swerving. I think she hit a puddle, and then her car started swerving, and then it just started rolling into this, flood of water. So without hesitation, I did a U-turn without thinking of myself or, if I'm going to be in danger. I just got out of the car with my uniform and entered the water, and the car was on its roof. So I had to, start, checking if the doors are locked. And obviously, all 3 of them are upside down. So it was quite a challenging thing to do because I had to unbuckle the safety belts. And, as firefighters, we always try before you pry. Before you break anything, you must try and see if the doors are unlocked. So that's what I did. Managed to get the son first out. And then I got the daughter first because, those are the little people, they can't, save themselves. So the mother eventually, unbuckled herself and she managed to come out, but she sustained a bit of neck injuries and I had to put bandage on the son's head. So I had to take them one by one from water to the land, from water to the land. There were a couple of bystanders who helped to pull them out. So yeah, it was very challenging.
You call it challenging, but lest we forget here, you were off duty at that time. What went through your mind, especially when you saw that car slipping into the water like that?
Don't know what went through my mind. I just, as a firefighter, you're trained to, whether you're on and off duty, to, save lives, protect property. So that's what the instinct that just kicked in. I didn't think, I'm not going to get paid for this, or this is not, I'm not on duty or anything. These are the people I grew up, around, and I just wanted to save, a life. So yeah, I guess the hero instinct just kicked in.
You're speaking about a hero instinct kicking in and saving other lives, but were there any risks to your own safety when you jumped in like that?
We are taught swift rescue. Definitely the water was above, my torso level. So yeah, it was quite challenging because also I don't know what's in that water, There could be, snakes. There could be a lot of things in the water. Like I said, putting myself last, doing a selfless act, and I just jumped in, because, like I said, the roof was upside down. Water was introduced into the car, and chances are they could start drowning. So I think I was at the right, place at the right time. So yeah, I'm glad I was there. Because, people were going to work and no one was willing to sacrifice, their good-looking clothes to enter into, and save people, But yeah, I was there and people were like, it's his job. And I was surprised because people were saying it's my job. It's not, it's everyone's job to save, each other, regardless of whether I'm in a uniform or, I can't just pass and say, oh, it's not my job.
And it's important that you say that because you mentioned that, and sorry to butt in there, but you mentioned that you just reacted because of your training and the oath of office that you took.
Yes.
How much of what you did was actually just instinct, and how much of it was it training as well?
I would say zero training because I haven't done a lot of water rescues in my, even in my, before I was a qualified firefighter. So most of it was just, human instinct and just the love of, people and being kind. But, as a firefighter, you are definitely trained to do a swift rescue, something that, a skill rather, that most firefighters need to have. So yeah, I'd say most of it was just being me. From the kindness of my heart, and I couldn't see a mom. I didn't even know who was in the car. It could have been a young man, it could have been an old woman, but it was a mom with her 2 kids, and I went to see them after a week or so. They were very, glad that I was there that day, and they could have, a proper Christmas without losing any life. God forbid anything could have happened to them that day, So yeah.
You spoke to us about this concept of a swift rescue. I want to understand that a bit more. What goes into the kind of training that really prepared you for something like this, especially outside of formal emergencies, if you will?
Yes. So working for the city of Johannesburg, there's a lot of courses that they do offer. There's swift rescue, there's high angle, there's trenches that they give courses to. So swift rescue is one of the water rescues courses that they offer us as firefighters. They teach you how to, like the high rise in water or rafts, how to save people. So yeah, these are such courses that the city offers, and just to give a skill to each and every one of us. Yeah, so it's important, I think, for every firefighter to know how to act on land and in water.
Yeah. You spoke about your interactions with the family so far, but how has the community responded since news of this incident broke? And what has this meant to your family or your fellow firefighters as well?
Yeah, I went to see the Shabalala family after the incident, and I'm sure the lady, had forgotten me because I had to remind her that I'm the guy who pulled you out of the drowning car. She was like, oh, thank you. Given that she sustained injuries, I think it was, only fair enough that she had forgotten who I am. I had to remind her, and I got love in the public. I got to be known as the hero. So everyone in the hood or around the township calls me hero now. So it's very it's heartwarming, that such a selfless act can turn into something that everyone looks up to, because I do get inboxes, Facebook, TikTok, people asking me, how can I be a firefighter? I'm interested in this course. Where do I go to study this course? And I do really want to help people, especially in the Black community, to understand that there is a career like I'm doing firefighting. I always wanted to be a firefighter since I was 5 years old. So I'm kind of living my dream right now. Every time I would see a fire truck, I'd tell my mom, this is what I want to do, So growing up in a township, I think there isn't much information given to, kids about this career. And so I personally would love to, teach kids out of high school that there is such a career. You don't have to always go for corporate. You don't have to always go, there is firefighting, and, it does exist.
You've sent a message to the community at large. Let's get a message for first responders as well. What message would you like to share, especially for your colleagues?
To my colleagues, I'd like to say, let's keep going, guys. It's not easy. our job is not easy. We do face, challenges, especially in the city of Johannesburg, where we have like buildings that do not comply, where they don't have water, hijacked buildings. So I'd say we need to be safe out there. Let's work as teams. And just trust the process. We are gonna be okay. Don't pass any incident because you're off duty. You need to always stop. Hence, I always carry my jump bag in my personal private car, whether I'm off duty or not. I'm willing to stop, whether there's a taxi accident, whether there's, Masugu the hero is always there. To the public, I'd like to say people must just, be willing to help. Whether you're wearing a nice suit or whether you're wearing a nice sneaker, you need to be willing to help your neighbor. There's nothing as important as Ubuntu within us.
Brilliant. That was Mxolisi Masuku, an Ekurhuleni firefighter, who reminded us all that true service knows no clock. Off duty, but fully in action, like you heard. His instinct and courage really saved a family in crisis. Mxolisi, a big thank you for your service and for really reminding us of the power of humanity in uniform, speaking to issues like Ubuntu as well.